Jefferson County is seeing high COVID-19 cases, and with our incidence number rising, we'll have to see a drastic change to get out of the red. I sat down with Mayor Greg Fischer this morning. Here's what he had to say about our city's cases and what's being done.
Let's start off with the COVID-19 cases. We are still in the red here in Jefferson County. What are you thinking as far as how do we get these cases down?
The numbers are definitely not moving in the right direction. The week before last, we had 2,300 cases. Last week, we had 3,400 cases. We're at about 60 per 100,000 right now in terms of our incidence rate. And when you go into the red, it's 25. So in order to go back to school, fully open businesses, the numbers have got to start going in the opposite direction than what they are right now. We're starting to see more activity coming from restaurants and bars, weddings, funerals. So these are all issues that are of concern. I'm in regular contact with the governor, so he's evaluating whether or not additional steps need to be taken right now to get this virus under control.
Do you think additional steps need to be taken?
The challenge is that today's case numbers are going to be the hospital numbers in 2 weeks from right now. So we've got to make sure that we have adequate healthcare facilities available for people that are suffering from COVID. We've had almost 450 deaths since this pandemic began. So we've got to evaluate how those numbers can go the opposite direction. What that means is there has to be less contact between people.
Why do you think that our schools are being shut down, but bars are not?
So you've got to look at, you've got the students and you've got different ages of the students. So when you look around the country to see where the most kind of success has been, or least transmission of the virus, it's been with the elementary schools. But then you've got the whole staffing issue and teaching. Are they ready to come back to school so that they can be there in a safe and healthy way? So, JCPS obviously has made the determination that that's not possible for them to conduct school safely.
But what about bars?
That certainly is one of the sources of the spreading of the disease. And I just saw yesterday one of the bar owners saying, please go ahead and close the bars because they're being put in an impossible situation with their clients in terms of enforcing the restrictions. It comes down to the same thing. Nobody is immune from spreading the virus. So if you're close to somebody else, especially if you had a few too many drinks, that's been a recipe for spreading the virus. So you're seeing earlier closures of bars in other states. We obviously have already done that here in Kentucky and Louisville. What I'm hoping for is a statewide response to this.
The holidays are normally a really big time for local businesses. Are you hearing from local businesses that they're suffering now? How do you think COVID-19 is affecting them?
That's what's so horrible about this is you've got the health impact on it, and then you've got the economic impact on it as well, especially for restaurants and bars and hotels in our hospitality industry, but retailers as well. And that's this impossible situation almost that we find ourselves in right now. And that's why we've offered grant programs for small businesses, over $27 million. Yesterday, we announced a utility relief program for individuals that have been suffering utility. They're late with their utility payments because of COVID-related financial impacts. So hopefully that will help as well. So we're doing as much as we can, but the need is that much greater.